Assalamu alaikum and welcome to all students. Today we will see our first chapter in our second semester according to the course outline. Our first chapter is about introduction of poetry and we are going to start it. First we will see the definition of poetry. Poetry is an expression of inner feelings and passions in the form of words. However, different critics have expressed different opinions. The most famous definition of poetry is by William Wordsworth. Poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful emotions recollected in tranquility. Second critic, Matthew Arnold, defines poetry. At bottom, a criticism of life. He says that poetry, like culture, is unacknowledged legislator of mankind. Robert Browning asserts, like the newspaper correspondent, the poet records everything, but he does not only make a plain statement of facts. He gives his own commentary in each case and draws his own conclusions. He sets up the standard and creates values in life. We can say in general, poetry is the vivid feelings and conceptions clothed in harmonious language, generally in meter. Poetry is a type of literature based on the relationship of words and rhythm. तो पोइट्री जो है एहसासात का अंदरूनी हमारी जो फीलिंग्स है, जज्बात का अल्फाज के ज़रिए उसका इजहार है और मुख्तलिफ़ शोरा ने इसको मुख्तलिफ़ अंदाज में पोइट्री की को डिफ़ाइन किया है. सेकंड टॉपिक related to introduction of poetry is sources of poetry. What are the sources of poetry? Principal sources of poetry are two, like fancy and imagination. Both the terms are interrelated, but with a slight difference. Fancy is originally synonymous with imagination and fantasy. It means the faculty of forming in the mind the representation of things not present in actual form. It is reserved for its more arbitrary, insubstantial, decorative and whimsical manifestations. Imagination is defined by Coleridge as it dissolves, diffuses, dissipates in order to recreate. It struggles to idealize and unify. It is essentially vital. According to P.B. Shelley, poetry is the expression of imagination. It is a musical composition in which a poet expresses his thought and emotions. Next is subjects of poetry. शायरी के मौज़ूआत क्या हैं? इससे पहले हमने शायरी की तारीफ़ सुनाई, मैं आपको बताई. उसके बाद शायरी के रिसोर्सेज क्या हैं, वसाइल क्या हैं, फिर इसके मौज़ूआत क्या हैं. Poetry, with the exception of satire, deals with the grand and terrible, the beautiful, but seldom with the means. Its principle is elevation. It is true that in tragedy or narrative, characters and images of the lowest caste are sometimes admitted, but for the purposes of contrast only, or on the point of a moral. Under his view, the stream, the valley, the righteous waves and golden sky, the star, the storm and the mad winds, ocean and the mountain, love, beauty, despair, ambition and revenge, in short all the objects of external and internal world, the facts of nature, the vicissitudes of fortune and all the passions of man which lift his thoughts from the dust and stir him to madness. Almost everything which has in a strong principle of impulse or elevation belongs to the province of poetry. The language of poetry. In poetry, the language, except when we intend to degrade, should not be technical, common or colloquial, because sounds which we hear on common occasions do not usually make strong impressions or convey delightful images, while words to which we are nearly strangers, whenever they occur, draw the attention to themselves, which they should convey to things. According to Lethbridge and Meldorf, there are three types of poetry. Now we see types of poetry. Number one is lyric, number two narrative, and number three is descriptive. First of all, we will see lyric poetry. Lyric poetry क्या है? A lyric poem is a relative, short, non-narrative poem in which a single speaker presents a state of mind or an emotional state. Lyric poetry uses some of the elements of song. For Greek writers, the lyric was a song accompanied by the lyre. Subcategories of the lyric are elegy, ode, sonnet, and dramatic monologue, the most occasional poetry. In modern usage, elegy is a formal lament for the death of a particular person. अब इसमें elegy क्या है कि अब किसी ख़ास शख्स की मौत पर नोहा है, दुख का इजहार है. The term elegy is also used for truly meditations often on questions of death, such as Gray's elegy written in a country churchyard. Ode क्या है? Ode is a long lyric poem with a serious subject written in an elevated style. Famous examples are Wordsworth's Hymn to Duty or Keats' Ode on a Grecian Urn. Sonnet. What is sonnet? Sonnet was originally a love poem which dealt with the lover's suffering and hopes. Dramatic monologue क्या है? Dramatic monologue in which a speaker who is explicitly someone other than the other makes a speech in a silent listener in a specific situation, जिसको ड्रामाई और हम कलामी भी कहते हैं. Without intending to do so, the speaker reveals aspects of his temperaments and character. In Browning's My Last Duchess, the Duke shows the picture of his last wife from his prospective new wife, and reveals his excessive pride in his position and his jealous temperament. Next है narrative poetry. These हम poetry की types को discuss कर रहे हैं. Lyric poetry के बाद है narrative poetry. Narrative poetry gives a verbal representation of a sequence of connected events. It provides characters through a plot. It is always told by a narrator. Narrative poems might tell of a love story, the story of a father and son, or the deeds of a hero or a heroine. Subcategories of narrative poetry are epic, mock epic, or ballad. First we see epic. Epic usually operate on a large scale, both in a length and topics such as the foundings of a nation or the beginning of a world history. They tend to use an elevated style of language. Supernatural beings take part in the action. Next we see the mock epic makes use of epic conventions like the elevated style and the assumptions that the topic is of great importance. It deals with the completely insignificant occurrences. A famous example in Mope's The Rape of the Lock. It tells the story of a young lady whose suitor secretly cuts off a lock of her hair. Ballad क्या है? Ballad is a song. It is originally transmitted orally. It tells a story. It is an important form of folk poetry which was adapted for literary uses from the 16th century onwards. The third type of poetry is descriptive poetry. Both lyric and narrative poetry can contain lengthy and detailed descriptions, descriptive or scenes in direct speech. The purpose of a didactic poem is primarily to teach something. This can take the form of very specific instructions such as how to catch a fish, as in James Thomson's The Seasons, or how to write good poetry, as in Alexander Pope's essay on criticism. But it can also meant as instructive in a general way. The last point is explanation of a few terms that will be helpful while navigating poetry. And these are few terms are number one alliteration, number two elision, number 3 assonance, number 4 blank verse, conceit, next couplet, diction, heroic couplet, imagery, irony, metaphor, personification, pentameter, repetition, rhyme, rhythm, simile, symbolism, satire, theme, and tone. So these are the few terms that are helpful in describing poetry. So we stop here, and you will see in the next lecture we will see the other topic. The other topic is about literary terms. We will define it and you will memorize it. The introduction of the poetry, you will remember what is poetry, what are the types of poetry, the subtypes of lyric poetry and narrative poetry and descriptive poetry, and the names of the terms that help in navigating poetry. Okay, Allah Hafiz.